Welcome to the UKLC, the final day of regular play. Now, for those of you eagle-eyed viewers out there who may have been watching in the run-up to the opening of the show, you may have noticed we had a bit of a production hiccup. We actually played the intro twice. Now, from what I understand, we have a new production member on team, and he was just learning the process, and unfortunately just accidentally hit the wrong button. There you go. He did his job, but I mean, just a little bit too early.
You can't even be mad. You can't even be mad at that.
You
see, I wanted to be mad, and I looked over, and then I was like, oh, that's really cute.
Yeah, Dog Champ is so cute. If you don't know who Dog Champ is our resident dog here at the UKLC, and we look after them very well. Even gave... It is a her, isn't it? I keep saying he is. I think it's actually a her.
I think it is a her.
Okay. Dog Champ, we gave her a job in the production office. So she's actually learning the ropes, but as you could see, just pushed the button a little bit too early there. So
I mean, she's been doing a better job than Mike, our current sound guy. So I mean, we can't really be too mad. She's done a pretty stellar job so far.
She's turned the microphones on, so
yeah.
I think Mike's job's done now. That's basically all he can do.
Yeah, is that what he does? I fairly said he just gets a Capri Sun and just sits down and just watches the stream from this point.
Well, there you go. Right, let's talk about today, because we are in the final day of the regular season here at the UKLC. We've got plenty of teams coming up, and I actually, I say this every week, right, guys? I say this every week. I say, I want to hear from you guys on Twitter. And I'm like, please tweet us with the hashtag UKLC. I literally don't care what you tweet. You could tweet #Browns, and I would read it out loud on the stream. You could tweet what you did this morning. You could tweet how you found school. I actually don't give a damn what you tweet, but just tweet something at me, because I really want to read some interesting comments.
I care though, so if you do tweet it, I will care, even if it's nothing to do with the stream. I will care. He won't, but I will.
Okay, well, there you go. Right, we're going to be moving on, because if you want to check out our VODs, which I know all of you do, go to the YouTube, LVP UK on YouTube, and you can re-watch our faces in glorious HD over and over again.
And fast-forwarded.
And actually, if you go to certain timestamps, you can hear Jake Hitbrain Matthews coming out with such gems as Slam Bam Something You Ma'am. And
there's a few of them.
There's a few of them in there, and I think we might even get a compilation together for you and put it up on the YouTube, because Jake has said some gems, some absolute gems during his time here at the UKLC.
I mean, just over my career, to be honest. My career is defined by the fact that apparently I can't speak.
During one of the NUL finals, where we...
It wasn't NUL finals, it was even bigger than that.
I think it was like an intercollegiate European final thing. Jake was on the... Jake was doing the casting, and you know the very popular item used in many build paths, rejuvenal beads? Well, Jake said rejuval, and then the last part of that word as a separate entity. Yeah. And it came out on broadcast. So
there were people from Riot there were people from Twitch there. It was great.
And now Jake is never going to get a job ever again. So,
yeah. Well, nice meeting you, mate. See you later.
Okay, so now the show's all about me. We are going to hand it over to Orcs, who's going to be talking a little bit about the teams and what could happen over the course of today.
Hi, cheers, Kiernan. Got it right this time.
Thank you, I'm not Sin.
So, I've done a little breakdown. These are the three teams who are in the playoffs, but other than Diabolus, they are securely in first. So this is a current standing with XL on 16, Fnatic on 15, and M&M on 13. These are the four variations of what could happen. So, if Fnatic win their first two games, Fnatic will go up to 17 points, and then you can see the rest. And in that situation, XL would have to 2-0 the Tower Challenge if they wanted to move up to second. Next scenario is if M&M win their two games. In that situation, M&M only need a 1-1 or better to move all the way up from third to second, because they win the head-to-head against XL. Next scenario, if Fnatic wins the first game but then gets beaten by Bulldog or Diabolus, the layout would be as so, and XL would have to 1-1 or better against Fnatic to get that spot in second and move Fnatic down. And then final arrangement, if M&M win the first game and then they lose out, it can't change from the layout here. So that's basically the breakdown. It's a bit hard to track, but that's what will happen with the playoff spots from second to fourth, depending on what happens on these games. So hope that's been informative.
I didn't know what he was doing.
I knew it was coming as well.
I didn't know it was coming. I thought he was just going to try and sneak across. I thought he'd gone the wrong way. He's just rugby. That's when it dead in the door.
Have you got concussion, by the way? Are you alright?
Did you headbutt that?
He's taking his mic off.
I can hear him taking his mic off. He's stripping down.
He's thrown up. Uh-oh, it's not going well.
Orcs is out of commission, ladies and gentlemen. I don't actually know what he did to that poor whiteboard. I'm surprised it's still intact.
I'm surprised the set's intact. This is 2 weeks in a row now where he's almost yeeted the set out of existence.
Is that just Orcs' thing now? Just kills whiteboards?
I hope we still have whiteboards, because otherwise I don't know what else he's going to start rugby tackling around here.
So basically, if you followed any of that, which I did not, this stuff can happen today based on certain games.
He was too busy complimenting my hair.
Yeah, I was actually telling Jake I really liked his hair. Sorry, Orcs. That was interesting, I guess.
Do you want to do the whole thing again, including the rugby tackle?
Yeah, well, I think poor shoulder of Orc, or whatever head, whatever the hell hit the
I don't know what took the impact there, to be honest.
Right, we've got some replays, some spicy replays of great action that you guys will have wanted Mitch and catch up on from, I'm guessing, yesterday.
You have no idea what the replays are.
I've got no idea what the replays are. Let's have a look. Jake, what's this replay?
Well, this is Barrage versus Fnatic, clearly. I'm not entirely sure what the replay is of. But we're about to see. Oh, it's when Dan stole the Infernal Drake.
Oh, Dan. Oh, what a monster. Yep, Dan steals the Inferno Drake right there. Great replay. That's a top quality one. I rate that about 4 out of 10. All right, carrying on. I'm going to look at the next replay. This is a replay where stuff happened between Fnatic and Barrage, and this was a bit of a stomp. And so I'm going to rate this replay 7 out of 10. What do you rate this replay out of 10?
Yeah, I think 7's a fair one for it. I've recovered from the incident with the whiteboard.
Hello, Dan.
Yeah,
you're here. I thought you'd knocked yourself out.
We had some medics. Well, it was Dog Champ. He gave me a quick once-over, gave me a little lick, and he said it was fine. So I think I'm okay. The whiteboard didn't make it.
Didn't make it. Oh, well, I'm sorry about that if any of you were whiteboard fans. Here's another replay.
This was a really good engage from Fastleg, but they were just too far behind, and Monk had some great kiting. I mean, the Poppy looks really close to taking him down, but he just managed to survive at the end. And yes, I am alive. I am here.
What do you rate that replay out of 10?
Probably a 5, I think, because M&M are really far ahead.
So it's not that impressive when they're really far ahead. Okay, we've got another replay. Is this the user outplay replay?
No, it's the user tries to make an outplay and then feel and bring 5. So it's like they try and make it happen, but then there's just too many members. They were overconfident, and then you have a Swain in your face on full HP, and this is like an AD carry's worst nightmare because there's no real way to get out of that.
That was actually 3 out of 10 replay.
3 out of 10, yeah, that's fair.
That wasn't a great replay. So the best replay of the day was whatever happened in the Fnatic one. We are going to be moving on to our first game of the day, which is going to be Diabolus versus Bulldog. Diabolus obviously losing the repeat tower challenge yesterday, giving up the top of the tower place to XL, who are now sitting at the top waiting for the challengers to approach them.
Yeah, so as you may have seen in my explanation, a lot can happen.
No one saw your explanation.
Whatever. These two can't really affect that. Other than playing spoiler, but the big thing for Bulldog is if Bulldogs win this game, they avoid relegation. They need 1 point to move Barrage down and save themselves from that. So it's very, very close, and they just need to win over Diabolus, which is a big ask. But Bulldog was playing a lot better yesterday, and the match against XL last week was really solid too. So I think they have a pretty big hope.
I wonder whether we're going to see the Diabolus roster play something a bit funky, considering they can't actually move from first place anymore. They're locked in for first place. Whether they just have a bit of fun.
I mean, I feel like they always play something kind of funky. We could see the Kale come out from Kerberos, but you know, it has to be what they come down to. And Diabolus very quickly go for that Nocturne ban. So a denial away from Sizo, and also this is a very rare situation when Nocturne is technically a flex because Egos Bleed plays at top lane.
Yeah, and if we had Vedius here, he'd play at mid lane, so we could have like a multiple flex going on here.
Bulldog ban away the Vladimir problem. I mean, we saw Kerberos and Krogson both play that, so obviously a very strong.
Do you notice I shaved most of my beard off and look a little bit like a villain now?
Is that? Are you trying to look like a villain?
I don't know. I just noticed I look a little bit like a villain in the like when I was looking in the mirror this morning.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, I look a little bit like a classic British film villain.
Okay, we can work with that.
Can
so
we? Please tell me.
You be the bad cast, I'll be the good caster.
Okay, well that's the way it is already. So I was flaming myself.
Yeah,
you go. Oh, he burned himself. Oh, what was that?
I don't know.
Right, look, we've got some bans. Look at these bans. Oh, they're juicy.
They're bans. They're champions. You know, Zoe away from Calwood is pretty standard. Rise away from Krogson, yeah, Silas, broken stuff, you know, they don't want to play against it. Makes sense. We've seen it all before.
We've seen it all before.
Let's see what Diabolus pick. They're looking at that Jarvan, which they did pick yesterday, but then flexed it. Lucian could be a likely option. They like to put a lot in User's hands. Master Yi, probably not.
I think it is Master Yi. I think it's time for the
I would love to see it.
The Kerberos Master Yi jungle. Oh,
no, they go for the Jarvan. So yesterday they flexed this. In the end, they put it top, and they gave Monk his last pick for the Rek'Sai.
Sure.
They still have the potential to do that here. So with the Bulldog, what they want to pick, things like the Galio and the Braum are still open if they want to deny that Galio Jarvan, so Galio would be the one to go for. And then they very quickly pick up that Vayne, which is a bit risky because you just blind picked your bot lane matchup. I mean, you can flex the Galio, sure, but a lot of people are playing support. In the UK so far, we've only seen it go support.
Yeah, I've rarely seen it go anywhere else.
And so you picked Vayne Galio blind into Diabolus.
Yeah, and with Lucian open for Yusa too, you can be a little bit aggressive. Though Lucian's range does make it maybe slightly easier for Vayne, but
yeah, but like
Vayne is hard broken, you know, with 2 items. So
I mean, they're playing they got the late game. If they get a late game, she's pretty good against Jarvan. That's a given, and it makes sense because they deny the Galio Jarvan and they have something that's effective against the Jarvan. But other than that, I'm not sure. And very quickly, Diabolus is going to take that Yorick for Kerberos. So now we have to ask, what is Ego Speed's answer into this? Because we know how menacing the Yorick can be. And the win rate isn't 100% anymore, but it's still pretty high.
Yeah, and Kerberos is probably one of the better top laners to pilot. And it's going to be an Akali locked in. Now, we can only assume that that's going top. I mean, Akali mid doesn't do too well anymore.
It's actually, it's making a resurgence.
Making a resurgence?
It had some buffs. It's okay in the right matchup. I do think that you wouldn't blind it, though.
Yeah, sure.
And I think that with the Yorick being locked in, I do think that you're going to match Yorick, because Yorick is a pick that isn't flexed. You play it top lane, so it makes a lot of sense that they put it top.
I feel like you'd just be hampering your draft if you picked Akali for the mid right now.
Yeah, unless they're going in with the theory that they pick that and start to ban away champs that can't deal with.
Sure, and then with LeBlanc getting banned out, maybe that is going to be the case
But
here.
we'll have to wait and see. It is still technically a flex, but the Yorick very firmly going in top. And Diabolus, they understand that it can go mid because they're banning away that Jax, which is a very good matchup, into the Yorick. And it does make me question where Bulldog are going to go.
Maybe it is going to be Coward playing Akali mid. I mean, they banned the LeBlanc, and then obviously Diabolus seeing the Jax ban come through here. Maybe they've got this inkling that we are going to see an Akali mid, which has given away a lot of the cards for your red side draft already.
Yeah, and I feel like that might be a bit of a mistake because you wanted to get the counter pick for that Yorick. I mean, because if you countered there, you'd get counter pick top and counter pick in mid lane, which would be a pretty beneficial situation. And now you're in a situation where Ego Speed's champion pool is going to get clamped down. So unless he has a hidden answer to this Yorick, I'm not sure exactly what he's going to play into it, because Yorick can solo win a game. That champion can solo win a game just by split pushing and no one having an answer to it. So
the respect ban on the Kayn coming through is something that actually I think XL struggled with pretty heavily when they saw. Was it Saizo playing Kayn, one of his comfort champions in that jungle position?
His literal, if you go on Twitter, it says not a Kayn one-trick pony because he gets accused of that. And something he does really like to play as well is that Jin Zhao, so he'll pick that up with the Kayn off the table, and that means he still has a lot of AD pressure. Now it goes with Diabolus. Unsurprisingly, used to want to pick up an AD carry. Surprisingly, the Lucian has got through all the way to here from this draft.
Yeah, I mean, Lucian was initially thought of by Diabolus very early on, and I think it's likely the one that pairs so well with Braum. You do also have the likes of Tristana, which we've seen quite a lot of in the UKLC so far, but the Braum-Lucian combo gets locked in. Why would you play any other? That's a really solid duo bot lane.
Absolutely, and then, I mean, you're not certain the Akali's going to go mid. It can very much go top.
But you're pretty confident. I mean, with the ban strategy that you've employed here.
You would think, but right now it's essentially going to be a blind mid for Krogston, but
Orianna's a fine blind mid.
Orianna's pretty fine in that situation, and Krogston's been happy to blind mids throughout this tournament. It feels like he's very comfortable just to pick a mage and survive, so that's not a big issue for him. And now we will see if Bulldog are going to put that Akali top or mid.
We'll have to wait and see. Don't want to look. Okay, there goes the Corki locked in, which I would be very surprised to see a Corki top.
Yeah, I would be very surprised as well. So likely going to see that Corki go mid and then the Akali go top. So I don't actually know a ton about this lane matchup. I think the Akali does okay, just because you have good kill pressure, and you have good mobility. But you really have to care because the Maiden's going to be a massive issue, and you can't really split push that well against the Yorick. You really have to look for team fights. But your wave clear is actually pretty good late. You can spam that Q.
You can also avoid the ghouls by going into your smoke shroud as well, and you have sustained a little bit. No, sustain got removed, didn't it? So you just have good wave.
You still have a bit when you have that gunblade.
Yeah, but not a huge amount. Once you get the gunblade going, then you've got a little bit of sustain coming through from the waves, and then the Corki and the Orianna matchup is something that we actually have seen quite a lot throughout the history of League of Legends, and actually is pretty standard until we get a little bit later on.
And it does mean that there's a lot of scaling on the side of Bulldog, because they
have
have
a lot of scaling.
The Corki and the Vayne, so late game they're going to be very strong. The thing is, it's not the easiest to execute because they don't have a great front line to sort of soak damage.
Like almost none. They got Galio support, which won't be that tanky.
They have the Xin Zhao and the Akali can buy space, but they can't soak damage. And the thing is, ideally, when you have carries like that, you want them to soak damage so you can just pummel damage into the other team's front line. That's not so much the case, so I think the execution is going to be a bit trickier for Bulldog, and they are going to have a good early game if they want to get to those later stages. Whereas I feel like Diabolus, they picked a composition that's very easy to execute. They have the Wombo combo with the Jarvan.
I like the Wombo Carvin. I like that. It's a good phrase.
Wombo Carvin, whatever, yeah, with the Jarvan Orianna. They have the strong bot lane.
They've got a split push presence.
Yeah.
They can't 1-3-1 though because of the Orianna. Whereas if you've got the Akali and the Corki, there is always that pressure of a 1-3-1 situation.
Absolutely.
And I think they're running double teleport as well, from what I remember.
They are, and actually it was interesting. Ego Speed when Ignite is the second summoner, so not one of the flash, one of the extra kill pressure in lane, potentially later on as well.
Post 6 feels like he probably doesn't need the mobility, I guess.
I don't think that champ needs mobility at all. She already has so much. That's one of the big things. A lot of burst damage, a lot of mobility, and very slippy is the Akali, but you know, we'll have to see how it plays out because it's going to be a rough one.
This is your rosters. Kerberos, Monkeys, Grokton, Yusi, Hado on Diabolus. And then we'll have a look at the other side of the coin with the Bulldogs roster coming through here. Ego Speed, Sizo, Calvard, Gould, and the Cat. So those are our rosters coming through for both teams as we jump onto the Rift for our first game here of the final day of the regular season of the UKLC. Myself and Orcs will be taking you through a matchup that could have impact for the bottom end of the table, but very, very unlikely to affect the top end of things.
Absolutely. I mean, Diabolus are sitting fairly pretty, but after a bit of out-of-character defeat yesterday from XL, they don't want to come in here and lose against Bulldogs because that really raises questions as to their performance going into playoffs.
So the poll is going to be coming up in Twitch chat. If you would like to vote in that, make sure you do, and we'll publish the results once that poll has closed. And it's going to be hashtag DBL or hashtag BDG for getting that poll in as well. And that might be on Twitter. Well, no, I don't know. It could be both. I literally have been told nothing.
Just spam it everywhere.
There's a poll.
Yeah.
It's going to be somewhere.
Absolutely. One crucial thing is that Yusa has gone teleport.
Oh, so I'll look at it. It's moving. Well, that's technology, friends. Right there.
It's insane. We had this yesterday. It was mind-blowing. But
you don't sound as mind-blown as I do.
Well, I saw it yesterday, so I've come to terms with it. Yusa does have the teleport, so you're talking about the 1-3-1. He can sort of answer the Corki in the side lane if they really need to later on. Question's really going to be this top lane matchup, though.
Do you want to answer a Corki in the side lane? Oh, wait a second. It's Yusa. You just said Yusa. I was thinking about Krogson, but I like this a little bit more from Diabolus. Because actually, it's more imperative that you keep the Orianna in the mid lane for the wave clear as opposed to having the Lucian. But there will be a point in the game where that Lucian does get outscaled by the Corki. And Corki's damage is going to be huge.
Absolutely. But I think you're fine just wave clearing on a tower. If you get to the point where Corki's full build, then you probably miss the point of your composition anyway.
True. That's very true. Although, I think at any point in the game, if you can land your Wombo combo, Orianna scales pretty well in terms of damage. So
true. It's just, I feel like it'll get more and more difficult to take out both Gould and Calvard, and either one of them is just going to pump out so much damage.
You'd need like the perfect setup, which would be pretty difficult to find.
Absolutely. And the thing is, they don't actually have that much hard CC to initiate with, because they do have the Jarvan combo, but it's very hard to actually knock up with the Jarvan combo unless you're very close to them or you have your flash. So I feel like it's very easy for the Corki or the Vayne just to get out of the range of the shot.
Sure. Well, the poll is closing in roughly 10 seconds. If you haven't voted, why not? Vote.
Every vote counts.
Every vote counts. And if you want to spoil your vote, you can draw things in Twitch chat.
Or you can say hashtag TSM.
Hashtag TSM works too. Looks like the poll is closed, and I've been told 59 Diabolus, but actually it says 52 Diabolus. So that's wrong.
So very marginally winning out. So a lot of Bulldog fans, but I think the good performance they had yesterday is really setting up people's expectations off them. Now they have this full roster back with Sizer in the jungle.
I am looking forward to this game, and Ego Speed now having to deal with those ghouls jumping at him in that top lane. Kerberos has got a pretty solid wave coming his way, so he's actually putting the pressure onto Ego Speed, who is, moderately vulnerable at this stage of the game if the gank happens on that top side of the map.
Yeah, no flash, and I don't think his trading power is too amazing at this point when you have that many levels in your queue.
I think your trading power is pretty terrible.
Yeah, I mean, if you get hit by the the missed glob by Kerberos and some ghouls jump out. I don't think it's a fun time.
You can see he pushes that wave, and Kerberos has done a pretty good job of just allowing that to push towards him, making Ego Speed feel vulnerable on that top side of the map, although Jarvan now making his way over to Saizo, who is inside his jungle, having just put a ward down. Yeah,
there is a ward, so he will spot Monkeys coming. He should be able to get out with that, but he has been pinged on, and they are actually claps on him.
There is no... He's going to have to flash.
Yeah. He doesn't actually get the Gromp as well at reset, so bit of an unfortunate start, especially when I feel like Jin Zhao is one of those very early focused junglers. You don't want to burn your flash for nothing, but now Monkeys, he's heading top.
And he's going to clear out that ward, I think, primarily to put a bit of pressure onto Ego Speed. By just appearing and clearing the ward, Ego Speed has got to back off, can't sit at this wave. He's going to lose a bit of experience and lose a bit of CS, and that's just by Monkeys appearing. Didn't even need to make the gank happen.
It's a perfect position for it as well, because the wave is being froze right now by Kerberos, just outside his tower. It's so hard for Ego Speed to do anything.
He can't teleport back because he could just think that Monkeys is there and he dies.
Absolutely. So he literally has to recall and walk back, and you can now see a pretty big CS lead actually open up in the top lane. And this isn't what you want to see, because once Yorick hits level 6 and gets a Maiden up, it's very hard for the Akali to do much. But if Akali was to hit the level 6 first, her kill pressure is huge.
Yeah, and right now with the experience advantage and CS advantage going in favor of Kerberos, he is almost certainly, unless pending a gank from Saizo, likely going to hit that level 6 before Ego Speed can, although has actually unfrozen the wave, and that's now going to push towards Ego Speed, so he'll have a little bit of time to recoup some loss.
Saizo waiting here in the bot.
A little bit of a gank, janky gank coming out from the cat there.
Ego Speed actually doing a lot of damage, Kerberos. He has Ignite, remember?
Oh, Kerberos, he tested it! He tested it, and Ego Speed picks up the kill. Monkeys is looking to capitalize, but that is a pretty healthy Akali. Saying that, though, a lot of damage comes down. Ego Speed's now going to try and back off. Has got the ability to bounce away, and that will not be a chase.
That just really should not happen for Kerberos. That was massive disrespect. He should have realized Ego Speed had the Ignite, and now he's completely turned this lane around because he gets that kill. Kerberos has now shoved this massive wave in, which when Ego Speed TP's back, he'll be able to take. And he's, you know, that looked like a dire situation, that lane, but now he's pretty much going to have caught up in XP, maybe even overtaken. And the CS lead is going to be closed from that wave he's taken. And I think Kerberos just didn't want to recall before he had the Sheen. Didn't respect the fact that Ego Speed had already gone base, picked up some items, and had a HP advantage, and then just, you know, flopped in his face.
That was actually a really nice sequence of plays from Ego Speed. Not teleporting back, knowing that Monkeys can still be there. It allowed him the time to get up towards the top side of the map, and then just capitalize on the disrespect that Kerberos threw his way. Kerberos, maybe less disrespect, but Kerberos was hella greedy, I think is the better way of putting it.
Yeah.
He was just so greedy in this lane, and now he's level 6.
I think the disrespect was on the Ignite. I think if Akali had Flash, maybe you could have done that, but I think you should be aware that the Ignite was possible. Level 6 now hit by Kerberos, so not going to be too uncomfortable for him, but you have to see he's very scared of that ultimate all-in potential coming out from Ego Speed.
There's no wards on this bottom side of the map to catch Monkeys now taking this Gromp, although Saizo is in the area. I'm wondering whether he is waiting for a potential dive. I think that is the situation, but he is 2 levels down on Monkeys in this jungle right now.
Yeah, not a good position to be in. Saizo struggling here, and now that the Cataclysm has been unlocked by Monkeys, he's just going to be so much more useful in any of these skirmishes, and Saizo is starting up that blue, but Monkeys is coming round, and with no flash, Saizo might be dead.
He's absolutely dead. There is that ultimate there, and he gets the kill. That was a really nice play from Monkeys, and actually maybe a little bit naive of Saizo to go for that blue buff, having just seen the Jarvan in the area.
Yeah, I mean, he cleaned the ward out, but even if you remove the ward, they still know you're there.
Yes.
And then to level 6, and this is a massive jungle difference that's come out between these two, because Saizo is still very much struggling at this level 4 point. And this might be the undoing for Bulldog in the early game, because even if Ego Speed is finding advantages top, it's so easy to dismantle that if you just bring the jungler there.
Get him, baby! Get him, Ego Speed! Punish that Kerberos! Hell yeah! There he goes, picks up the kill. And Ego Speed putting his mark on this top lane.
And he just takes Kerberos out. He has the execute damage from his ult. This is pretty crazy to see, the fact he's just punishing Kerberos so hard, who, I mean, he's on the #1 rated team in the league with the most points, and he picks the Yorick confidently, doesn't feel like there's any threat coming out from Ego Speed, and then Ego Speed not only takes his Akali, but solo kills him twice so far. And the thing is, I don't think this is going to get better, because once Ego Speed starts getting items, the all-in potential is just going to be so big. He has that Cutlass now, so he has that active to slow him down.
Yeah, I mean, once an Akali gets ahead, It's like a boot that slowly presses down on your neck.
Yeah,
You cannot escape.
There's not really a ton of options, and Diabolus is still going towards that Triforce, so not grabbed any MR, which, I mean, the thing is, MR isn't even that great against Akali because he uses a lot of physical damage as well, so...
It has limited effectiveness. I am starting to worry a little bit about Saizo, dropping behind in this laning phase, this jungling phase, and Monkeys has got all of his camps up and is ahead in experience, whereas Saizo's still behind and has actually got limited selection in terms of his camps.
Yeah, so it is a bit of an unfortunate situation for Saizo. That being said, it doesn't tend to be... The game isn't normally won by these jungle champions. I'm looking more at this... Because one of the big win conditions in the late game was this Yorick for me, and now with Egospeed taking over that matchup, it might never really come to fruition. And to be honest, Saizo's now only one level behind, he just have his ult. And although that's not a great situation to be in, as long as his lanes aren't getting destroyed, it's fine. As long as Corki and Vayne can farm up, it's fine. Corki is doing a great job there. Vayne, Gould is struggling a bit.
It is a rough matchup. You are up against one of the best AD carries in the league as Calward, does manage to escape. It was worth a try with the shockwave, but no cigar.
Yeah, did go for the attempt, but the thing is you can't even cancel the Corki package, so as long as Calward isn't sleeping, very easy for him to get away. And he now just goes back to farming in this mid lane. And actually, I think Saizo's heading over to the Rift Herald. It might be starting up. A warning ping came out, so I think he might have just been doing the risk, got low, getting some vision. I
think, look at this bottom lane. It's really rough as Yusa puts more damage down. They have a big wave pushing in. No one to capitalize on a dive, but you've got to be a little bit worried as Croxon pushes in with Monkeys. Oh, brilliant knock-up! Slams down but misses the ultimate. A little bit slow, I think, on that ultimate. Allowed the time for Calward to react, and they don't quite capitalize on that mid lane.
It was just good moves from Calward to flash out of it because he actually avoided all the damage. This is an AD Jarvan who has the Warrior enchant. I think that ult might have been enough to kill him.
It would have been, I think.
So he had the perfect time with the flash. Maybe you can argue that Monkeys should have ulted sooner, but the thing is, I think he wanted to get the ultra attack in, so he found just enough damage that the ult would kill him. Either way, the pressure definitely goes to Diabolus. They're able to pick up this Cloud Dragon. Not the hugest advantage, but they are 1.5k gold ahead, and this is despite the issues they're having in the top lane. So the jungle and AD carry differences really coming in huge. You can see that already in the items. Blade and King picked up Yusa, and still a Cutlass for Gould.
Yeah, I mean, the quicker they can rotate this Vayne out of lane, the better it is going to be for Bulldogs in general. She is really starting to fall behind Yusa and Hado in this lane matchup, and Gould is having a rough time of it. Top lane, though, like we said, I mean, the CS advantage is still there for Kerberos. We talked up a lot of good game about this solo kill potential for Egospeed, but he's actually not converted it into a super lane dominant position. Kerberos has kept himself pretty relevant here, which is a good response from Kerberos, given how hard he got stomped in that laning phase.
But now you're in a situation where Egospeed has his Ignite again. He's picked up that Hextech Revolver, which gives him extra burst. I would be somewhat concerned now, because Kerberos hasn't picked up any new items in quite a while, since the last time he got killed. And Egospeed's actually got a pretty big power spike, so if Kerberos oversteps, could definitely be vulnerable. And that was a very aggressive trade from Yusuf, really punishing Gould in this matchup.
Got a tweet saying, "Is this going to be a dicey game?" I'm just, I really want people to tweet me. Is it going to be a dicey game? I'm really sad. I'm alone. And Alex Hawkmother said, "What's the most dicey game tonight?" And I think we have to ask our dicey master general Orcs.
I think the most dicey game is going to be Fnatic against M&M. Both of those teams are trying to play for different seeding in the playoffs. I think there's a lot of stakes on that game, and it's going to get very dicey.
Oof, dicey. Love it. All right, speaking of dice and rolling and RNG and gambling, there is Diabolus going for the Rift Herald. And they are in a situation where Egospeed can respond. He has got the parts of his Hextech Gunblade, and he could be very scary in a skirmish fight around the Rift Herald.
Yeah, both the bot lanes moving up, actually, so I think you have to be really careful here, because yes, Monkeys is really strong. Actually, Yusa not moving, he has the TP.
Oh, they get the lockdown onto Calward, who's very low. That's going to be Braum picking up the ultimate, and suddenly everything's going wrong for Bulldogs. As remember, the TP is there for Yusa. A great Condemn keeps Gould safe for the moment, but he might go down to the culling. And something just went horrifically wrong there for Bulldogs.
Yeah, just Calward over-aggressive, didn't respect the engage potential, and with no flash, once you use your Valkyrie, you're very vulnerable. Good shockwave from Croxon. They get the punish, and they're now 4k gold ahead thanks to that turret they picked up bot lane, so huge advantage is coming.
Ah, Jake, thank you for tweeting me the word hash browns, as I said at the start. It doesn't count when it's from Jake. Don't show me that, guys. use the hashtag UKL. In fact, I'm going to do this in Borja's voice. Use the hashtag UKLC, and you can be part of the show. Our production guy's called Borja, just in case you don't know. In fact, that's not even. I don't even think that's pronouncing his name right. He always says, "Just call me Borch because you can't pronounce my name right, scoundrel."
I swear you have a new pronunciation every week.
Borja. Borja?
Borja.
Borja. I don't know. It's one of the two. One of the 5.
It begins with a B. We just call him Big B.
Big B. Big B. Get us the UKLC. If I were in the UK, I'd come over and give you a hug. Where are you, Bartione? Are you on holiday?
He's Dutch.
Is Bartione Dutch?
Yeah.
I thought he was British, not gonna lie.
Is he a commemorative UK lad?
Yeah, he's a UK lad. I had no idea Bartione was Dutch. I've spent the last 4 years thinking that Bartione was, like a really long-standing member of the UK scene, being a UK member, and now he's Dutch. My life is shattered. Bartione, thank you for actually going the extra mile and saying that you come over from
Netherlands. I got some rough
Netherlands.
news about Chronicler as well.
I am aware that Chronicler is Beneluxian? I don't even know how to say that. He is from Benelux.
Well, he's Dutch too, isn't he? Which is in the Benelux region.
It's Benelux.
Benelux contains, because Bartione has played in that as well, and Kremel has as well.
I literally...
They're all Dutch. Benelux is like a myriad of...
Is it like several regions combined into one? I see,
The one I know the most is Dutch.
Oh, wait a second, there's a fight going on. Ego Speed jumps in onto Hado by himself. We'll have to use the ultimate to dash away. He's one shot from getting stunned up, and that's another big knock-up by Monkeys. Ego Speed trying to play the hero and gets shut down for it.
Yeah, unfortunately, he didn't have the flash there, and when his kill target was a Braum, not too convinced that was going to go right, but...
Benelux is Belgium, Netherlands, and Luxembourg?
I think so, yeah.
So that's what ESL, BS, the other company, Benelux region is.
Something like that. Wow, that's a lot of damage from Kerberos.
Going on to goal, Kerberos gets the slam onto the vein, but he will get knocked up and picked up by the rest of the Bulldogs. Oh, the sombrero from Krogson. Not going to make too much of a difference as Bulldogs are trying to back out here. Krogson trying to go in, though. Actually, the cat very, very low. Krogson picks it up with a dissonance. And now he's going to start to chase Saizo down, doing a lot of damage with no winds up as Saizo jumps back in. He's going to get taken down. And the sombrero, it doesn't mean much when Krogson gets the double anyway.
Yeah, so you put the ball on Kerberos, and then Kerberos died as he pressed R. So a bit unfortunate, but then Cat just felt like, dude, you can have the kill anyway. Passed one over to him, and then
Saizo also felt the same.
Well, Saizo was really in a position where he couldn't get out. Krogson getting very strong now on this Orianna. 800 gold bounty with a Medjais, by the way. 203, so that's a pretty good position to be in. We were talking about how Bulldog have a composition where in the late game, Corki and Vayne will be really strong. That's what they're really looking towards now, because the early game, not gone so hot.
So, outside of all of the ridiculous level of conversation that I brought to the table here, let's talk about the state of the game, because we're at 17 minutes. We've got a Triforce finished on, the classic Kerberos Triforce, although it is obviously very good on Yorick. You've got 2 items on Yusa. You're getting a stacking Medjais on Krogson with also finishing up the Ludens. They are miles ahead. I mean, we're talking 7k gold advantage right now for Diabolus.
Yeah, it's not a good situation to be in for Bulldog, but they still have that scaling possibility. But they need to get there.
Oh, that is Ego Speed trying to trade back on, but Kerberos has found his bite. Man, these casters are great, but I do kind of miss that Chronicler dude from Chronicler. I love all these tweets, guys. This is
Ego Speed. Oh, and he finds it!
He finds it! He actually gets the kill, as well as getting the regen.
Triumph comes in huge, and that's the thing. In the trades, Kerberos does fine against him, because of that maiden, because of that empowered auto attack damage. But in the all-in, Ego Speed's ult comes in huge, and he finds a solo kill for the 3rd time onto Kerberos this game.
Despite the 7k gold disadvantage for his team, Ego Speed remains a bastion of hope for Diabolus. Rather for Bulldogs, as they are doggedly fighting their way back into this game.
I mean, this is a win condition.
Yeah, really
if it gets them to the late game, it could give them time for the Corki and the Vayne to scale up. So, Diabolus, they are very far ahead, but Kerberos is really dropping the ball on this one.
You're taking the leaf out of the Riot's guide to casting. There's always a chance when realistically we know there's not a chance.
I mean, there is a chance here. You know, they have Vayne Corki. I've had solo queue games in worse positions than this that we've won, right? And Kerberos is playing like it's solo queue.
Oh, poor Kerberos. However, they do need to translate an Akali lead into some kind of tangible map advantage. And right now, Diabolus are like a wrecking ball, just rotating around the maps, taking big objectives. And with Baron coming onto the field in just 40 seconds, you can't help but feel that Vision is going to start to build up around that Baron pit. Greetings from Washington, D.C. I found this to listen to in the background while I work managing contracts. Keep it up, boys. Thank you, Andre0009.
Well, we have an international fan.
We have someone who is A, not a player, and B, someone completely dissociated from the casting team saying hello. Andre, you have made my day.
There's Bartona. I'm an official
and
UK
actually,
lad,
I love you.
According to Scoundrel.
Maybe we can find some time to go on a nice candlelit dinner.
Okay. Yeah, we have another tweet which you just missed.
What was it? What did the
Bartona said he's official UK lad thanks to Scoundrel. My life is complete. And Benelux is Belgium, Netherlands, and Luxembourg.
I was right then. Okay,
right.
so I was kind of wrong at the start, but then I was right. And yes, Bartiono, you are. And I'm going to say this in my most professional voice. Bartiono, I hereby anoint you UK lad of the UKLC. You are an honorary UK lad citizen.
Yeah, and that means you're entitled to one commemorative meal at Nando's. Yes.
So, Bartiono, next time you're in the country and you would like a Nando's or other chicken restaurants are available, it will be on me.
Pretty sweet deal. Do you see Calwood and Sizer looking for Kerberos? Packages available. But this is smart moves from Diabolus. They know that the difficulty is in that lane with the Ego Speed, so they just move 4 members there. And I mean, Ego Speed's good, but he's not 1v4 good. Maybe if it was Caps.
Maybe if it was Caps. I mean, Caps has done that on Akali this season, so, you know, maybe if Ego Speed channels the spirit of Caps, we could see something similar. He is only on that Sorcerer's Boots. He's working up towards his second item, but realistically, he is still behind. I mean, he's even kept level pegging with Kerberos right now in terms of overall item advantage, simply because of that CS difference that has continued to expand, as well as the map gold advantage that sits on Diabolus' side of things.
Yeah, but I mean, that's the one sort of saving grace for Bulldog, and he will be able to pick up, I mean, they normally go towards Morellonomicon second. That Oblivion Orb spike is pretty big. And that's where I feel like he's going to pose a lot of threat, and then it's going to get more and more difficult as the game goes on for him to find these assassinations. And the thing is, there's no opportunity for him to do so because Diabolus are just permanently grouped up, and the only person who they ever has a chance of killing is Kerberos, but they're not even sending Kerberos against him. If you look at the map, every time they see where Ego Speed is, they send Kerberos to the opposite side, so we can't find that solo kill potential.
Now, Diabolus don't want to rest on their laurels here because we are sitting on a Blade of the Ruined King Vayne, working up towards the Ginsu's Rage Blade. Hasn't yet finished the boots, but, you know, we are getting to a situation where that could be a reality over the next sort of 5 to 10 minutes. And once that 2-item Vayne comes out, that is something that you do have to worry about if you are Diabolus. And, you know, if I were them, I would be pushing that top lane in, looking to get some kind of advantage in the red side jungle, which they're doing, and then go straight for that Baron. Just look to that Baron as your next potential prize. You need to force Bulldogs to react, to come to you and sort of make a decision about whether they want to stay in their base or let these objectives go.
And the thing is, they have no one good to really face check that Baron. If Sizer walks in, it's very easy just to blow him up and take him out. And they will start the Baron up. Bulldog are heading over, so they are aware, but I'm not sure how much they can do in this situation.
In goes the cat, looking to get some kind of vision over that Baron pit. Sizo does have flash. There is an opportunity as Croxton immediately gets the kill. They're looking for the potential flash over the wall. They don't want to let it go too long as Kerberos is actually 1v1ing Ego Speed on the bottom side of the map too. He's diving back in. He's very low. I think Kerberos is going to get this. The Baron will get stopped as the rest of Bulldogs are desperately trying to keep it alive. Sizo goes over. They're trying to 2v1 this. Oh, he gets it! He absolutely gets it! The monster! That is Sizo, and Bulldogs come away with a scrap of integrity from that set of engagements.
And what a commit from Calwood to say, let's both go over the wall. It's low enough HP to take down. They go for the 50-50, they get it, and yes, they lose Sizo, but I would take that trade. The only issue is that Ego Speed has started to lose that matchup. Kerberos has got some MR, and he finds solo kill. Now, Diabolus with a numbers advantage will try and push down this tower. may well just be able to get an inhibitor or even 2 in the situation.
Yeah, to getting that Baron, it may have cost them more than they bargained for with the death timers, everybody being so low. They're at least going to lose 1 inhibitor. I think everyone's respawned in the time to pick that bot side up. Maiden will stick and will actually start to move away, but that is pretty solid. Come to DC and dinner is on me, lads. Oh, Andre, of course. Let's meet up. Hero. He's offered me free dinner. So I've offered Bartione free dinner, and Andre has offered me free dinner. I'm really hoping that Andre is not one of the production staff on like some sort of alternate Twitter account. Like, just trying to make me happy.
Are you questioning the integrity of Andre?
No, I'm not, but I question the integrity of our production staff.
Yeah, that's fair.
I've questioned a lot of integrity over the last 5 seconds.
I guess that's
I don't question your integrity,
well,
though.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Oh, Big B, don't make that face at me. Oh, you can make that face at me. He just threw his hat at the window. Oh, Big B, that's not how we act here at the UKLC. We are gentlemen.
We are very civilized.
And only past 9 PM are we, lads.
Did you see that?
He missed it.
He missed the cannon.
That's got to hurt.
I wish we had a replay of that. I don't think we do, but I'd love to see it. Just a slow-mo replay of Ego Speed missing the cannon minion.
And we can play like the Titanic music.
Yeah. And then you can have a meme where you have.
I can't hit the notes. I can't hit the notes.
You can have a meme where you have Ego Speed. Would Ego Speed be Jack, or would Ego Speed be what's her name again?
No, Jack gets let go.
So Ego Speed. So the cannon minion would be Jack.
Ego Speed was it Julie? No, it's not Juliet. That's Romeo and Juliet. And then obviously Leonardo DiCaprio plays Romeo and Romeo and Juliet as well. No, that isn't Kate Beckinsale, the person who plays. Isn't that the actress?
I don't know. I don't
Guys,
care.
who is the woman called in Titanic? I don't. Rose. It's Rose.
Okay, we got it.
Yeah, we got it. It was Rose.
Right. So yeah, Ego Speed would be Rose, and the cannon minion would be Jack.
Oh, there's a Croxon just gets a kill. Bulldogs are getting absolutely wrecked inside their own base. Hado now backing off, and instead Kerberos is still pushing on the top side of the map. He gets that final tier 2 inhibitor, or tier 2 tower on the top side of the map, and he's going to push in with a big minion wave onto this last remaining inhibitor turret. Diabolus are looking for the end here. They are looking to continue their push on the final day of the UKLC and potentially even reclaim the tower as Ego Speed now jumps in. He's gone very low HP, try and dive away as Hado jumps in and tries to get the Winter's Bite down. Bulldog are desperately blowing ultimates defensively here, and Diabolus are pushing on for the win. 2 Nexus towers left. Can Bulldogs look to defend this?
They need to go for the miracle play right now.
They cannot choose to start this. That's a big taunt coming in from the cat, and immediately Gould jumps from the outside. Hado doing a great job of blocking things up, and Gould dives to the back line. He takes out Yusa. That's going to be a continuation as Gould unfortunately keeps himself alive with the heal. Oh, Monkeys picks up 2, and now Coward and the cat doing everything they can versus a very low roster from Diabolus. Coward continues, and I think the cat has kept them in the game.
They might get Hado 2, or we just get away, but crucially, they save the base, and with all 3 inhibitors down, if they can clear these minions, they're going to get a lot of XP. Oh, we will see the replay.
Far, wherever you are, I'll be there when you something. My heart will go on. We didn't have the sound effects, we had to have my terrible singing. Can you tell that today has become a bit of a meme day? I promise you, really serious Twitch chat viewers, that we will, when Jake gets on, we'll make it more serious. No, he's looking at me like that's never going to happen.
We have the base defense. Bulldog trying to defend the Alamo. No towers, no inhibitors.
But
they have a Nexus.
Hitbrain has informed me, for all of you Hitbrain fans, that today will be the debut
all 3 of you
of Hitbrain's shirtless stream.
All 3 of you Hitbrain fans.
All 3 of you. Can we name the Hitbrain fans? One of them's Abby.
Yep.
Can't name any others. Cat goes in again for a big play as Bulldogs are looking to desperately defend, this time versus a very healthy Diabolus who have gone back and picked up items. That was a fail coming out of Monkeys right there, and he doesn't actually manage to capitalize, but the Shockwave does, and that is going to be Bulldogs cleaned up left, right, and center. Yusa is the wrecking crew, the mopping crew, the janitor, the other type of cleaning instruments, and he's going to pick up the rest of the Bulldogs.
Yusa is the mop, and he is here to clean up.
Yusa is the mop. It's like reminds me of that. Well done to Diabolus, but I was just saying, it reminds me of that South Park sketch. Rob Schneider is the stapler, but instead, Yusa is the mop. As you can see, that was a pretty convincing win coming out from Diabolus there versus Bulldogs.
Bulldogs showed some life, but there's a reason.
Ego Speed showed some life.
Yeah.
Ego Speed showed some life.
And Calwood a little bit, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
And Cat, you know, he did that nice taunt, you know.
There were some situations where everybody in Bulldogs did have sparks of life. Really, Ego Speed was driving them in the top side of the map, but the rest of the map was really controlled, I think, by Monkeys in that bottom side.
I'm not that sort of person who says there's one play that really defines the whole game. But I feel like if Ego Speed had got that kind of minion, that might have given him enough gold to carry the game.
Yeah, I think he would have like hit that item spike at the right time after they'd already lost the 3 inhibitors. You know, maybe. I think we have an MVP. I'm waiting on the MVP call, and it was Krogson.
So I mean, his Orianna was pretty clean.
He was a clean Orianna. Krogson is a rather good Orianna player, and at 5-0-10, he did have a good game.
Yeah, and 25 Medjay stacks, so had that baby fully stacked by the end of the game, and that's when you have the confidence to buy it early. A lot of people invest in it late when they've already got the kills and assists. Krogson, after like, it was after his Ludens, he just went, you know, this game's going to be a free one. I'm going to play perfectly. I'll buy the Medjays, and I guess it paid off.
Well done to Diabolus. They will advance to the finals of our UKLC so far. Bulldogs, unfortunately, we waved goodbye to them in the semi-finals, and we'll be waiting to see.
Which crucially means that Bulldog will be in relegation.
They will be in relegations. Like Dan pointed out earlier, they will be taking on a relegation battle at some point in the future. The next game is going to be M&M taking on Excel, I believe?
M&M versus Fnatic.
M&M versus Fnatic, because Excel at the top of the tower. That's right, I am completely...
You're testing me.
I was testing you, just testing you.
Testing the fans
I'm being
as well.
told Bullhead by something, but I'm talking at the same time. So, Big B, repeat yourself. Oh, there is an Easter egg?
An Easter egg, you have to find it. The first 3 people to find it...
I don't even know what it is today.
...and tweet a picture of it. That's what makes it a challenging.
So, okay, I don't even know what it is, but there's something.
I believe it's you and Jake. It's a picture of you and Jake, and it'll be somewhere in the start intro video.
It's up here. This is the Easter egg. It's me and Jake doing some kind of...
This doesn't count. This doesn't count. It's in one of the openings. This does not count. You can't screenshot this. If you screenshot this, I'll be mad, right? You can't screenshot this one and win. But the first 3 people to screenshot...
I'm trying to...
That,
how do I recreate that?
in the intro video...
How do I recreate that?
Will win a skin.
Yeah, so it's us doing that. Us doing that is what you need to look out for.
But crucially, in one of the intro videos.
In one of the intro videos. We have to tell you, because last time you missed it and no one tweeted it. I think maybe one person tweeted it.
Actually, no, because one person tweeted it, and then 2 other people stole his tweet.
Brilliant.
And then they got the prizes.
So yeah, it's going to be one of the intro videos. Make sure your eyes peeled on Kerberos doing the cringe punch, because it could be around that kind of situation.
Or if you want to play it the smart way, just keep searching for that hashtag UKLC. Wait for someone else to post it.
Wait for someone to tweet it and then post it immediately afterwards.
Image.
In fact, just keep posting on UKLC hashtag. Someone will get confused and probably give you the skin. Right. I think we are ready to go to a break and give you a much-needed break from whatever the hell we've talked about over the last half an hour. And we will see you very shortly for our upcoming match between M&M and Fnatic Rising.